In today's class, we are going to discuss about the CRC models. The CRC is nothing but class responsibility collaborator. What it is? It is a class responsibility collaborator modeling. Okay, what is the purpose of this one? Why are we using this CRC models? Means here we are going to, these CRC models are used to identifying and organizing the classes in a particular project. Okay, which classes are relevant to our system or project? Okay, identification of those classes and organizing, which means placing or using those classes into our project. Okay, this is the main goal of class responsibility collaborators. And also, a CRC model is really a collection of standard index cards that represent the classes. What are these CRC models? These are the collection of standard index cards to represent classes. Okay, this structure is like a one of a card model, and the responsibilities or the structure data within that card, okay, in a manner which means in a style of a index model. So how is our book index? So like that, there is some, the roles and responsibilities of a class should be represented into this particular CRC model cards. Right, the cards are divided into three sections. Here the total cards are, each and every card should be divided into three sections. Okay, first one is the card, the first section is represent the name of the class. The first section is name of the class. The section is responsibilities. Third one is the collaborators. Okay, the CRC models can be represented by using the cards. That card may have three parts. First part of that card is the name of a class. Second part, responsibilities. And third part is collaborators. If we will see the diagram for this CRC models, which means this is the one here. Okay, how it is? It is one card. This is the first card one. The card one has three parts. This is part one. This is part one, and from here to here, part 2 or part 3, and this responsibility is part 3. This cards has the three parts. Okay, what is the part 1? Part 1 represents the class name, class name and description of that particular class. If you will see the second one, okay, actually the second one is the responsibility. Responsibility in the sense, what are the actions is going to perform with this class. The actions which are involved into this class are called the responsibility. If you will see this one, third one is a collaborator. This collaborator, what is the role of this collaborator here? Okay, it will tell the, okay, relation between the responsibility with another class. If you want to perform some actions We are need of something, isn't it? So such kind of things whichever involved into our particular work, particular project work, those things are called the collaborators here. Collaborators which build the relationship between two classes. If we want to execute one class, we need to take support of the another class here. So that's why here we are in need of collaborators. Clear? CRC model itself has one kind of structure. That structure is also called as a card. That card has a three parts. The first part is called a class name and description of that particular class. The second part may be a responsibility related to that implementation of that class, or otherwise actions related to that particular what class work. And third one is a collaborator here. Third one is a collaborator. By using that collaborator, we are in need of some things support or some gadgets support to fulfill our class work or to fulfill our job. Sometimes independently we can't fulfill the project work, so it may be by taking the support of some other classes, some other gadget, we should fulfill our project, isn't it? So that is called a collaborator here. Next, so in first part we have seen some class name. Okay, so in this slide we are going to learn, so what are the class types. First of all, in this slide we are going to discuss about the types of classes in CRC. Okay, there are three classes here. We are going to here we are having three kinds of classes in CRC, three types of classes in CRC. First one is entity classes, second one is boundary classes, third one is control classes. Third one is a control classes, which means what is the entity classes, what are the boundary classes, and what are the control classes here. Entity classes are also called as model or business classes that are used extracted directly from the statement of the problem. Okay, entity classes are represent the problem statement. Okay, for which purpose we are going to define the classes. Okay, that purpose should be represented, the problem of the purpose should be represented by using these entity classes. Clear? This entity classes is also called as business classes or models, right? These are taken from problem statement. If we'll see the second one, boundary classes. Boundary classes are used to create the interfaces that the user sees and interacts with the software is used. Okay, these boundary classes are used to create an interfaces. Interfaces means, if suppose if we install cameras into the classrooms, if we want to observe, okay, observe those cameras, how we will do that? By using a computer, isn't it? If you want to monitor, okay, the particular classroom through a camera is there, everything is there. Okay, into that particular classroom if the whether the class is going on or not. Okay, so what are the students are doing? So like that, if suppose if you want to observe that particular classroom or if you want to monitor that particular classroom, how it is possible? By using system or by using a TV, okay, like that something, or by using a mobile. Okay, we should access that particular camera, isn't it? Such kind of, okay, such kind of classes are called a boundary classes here. I mean, to here we are going to create the interfaces, which means in between camera and either phone or computer or some what TV, like that. All right. So these, for example, interactive screens or printed reports or such kind of things are coming under a boundary classes here. If we move to the third one, controller classes. This controller classes manages a unit of work. Okay, what it would do? Okay, it would manage a unit of work from the starting to ending. The controllers classes can be designed to manage. So these are used to this controller classes in the sense the name itself has the some action. What is this? Controlling or managing the things. So this kind of these will be managed or control the throughout the some unit of work or some part of a work from starting to ending, right? And also this controller classes can be designed to manage, okay, designed to manage the creation or update of entity object. Okay, these are used to create or update the objects and the instantiation of boundary objects. Okay, and also they are going to initiate or installing some boundary object if the project is demanded. And third one is complex communication between sets of objects. Okay, is there any need of one object need a relationship between another object? Then there is we are going to provide some communication, which means relationship between two objects, providing relationship between two objects. And also validation of data communicated between objects or between the user and the application. So whether the user is entering the correct data or not, which means we are going to check the credentials of a credentials of a user or customer, and we are going to validate that one, checking that one. Okay, we have discussed about one example. What was that? That is, if if I want to open my phone, if I want to make a phone call from my mobile, so it will ask some password. Why? Because I have entered or I have entered some password to secure my phone. By typing that password correctly, then only it will be opened, otherwise I can't make a call through my mobile, isn't it? So it will validate whether I have my entered whatever the password is entered now, that is matched with the, okay, what setted password or not. So verification, some validation, such kinds of things will be done in every mobile or any system or somewhere. Okay, for such kind of things, here we are going to use the controller classes. Clear? In next slide, we are going to learn about the responsibilities. Okay, this class types is first part of a card, isn't it? Class name description. Till now we have discussed about this first part. Now we are going to discuss about responsibilities. After that, a collaborator. Clear? Uh, right. Now, if you'll see the responsibilities, the first point in the responsibilities in the sense already, it's just action. Okay, action which is performed by that particular class, or it is demanded by a particular problem statement, isn't it? That is called the responsibility here. Okay, system intelligence should be distributed across classes to best address the needs of the problem. How it is going to address? Okay, now the work should be distributed in a responsible manner. Okay, to fulfill the needs of a project or to address the problems, isn't it? So that is the first point. If you will see the second point, each responsibility should be stated as generally as possible. How this responsibility is stated, how we are going to write this responsibility action. Okay, as simple as possible, as general as possible. Right? If you want to handle one problem, okay, handling of that problem, here we are going to write some solution or some action to solve that particular problem. So how we are going to write? As simple as possible here. As simple as possible here, isn't it? So that's the second point. If we'll see the third one, information and the behavior related to it should reside within the same class. So one class may have the information as well as behavior. Information in the sense, it's like attributes. Behavior in the sense, it's like method or operation, isn't it? One class may have this information and behavior related to that particular class or task, right? And if we'll see the next point, information about one thing should be localized with a single class. Okay, not distributed across multiple classes. If you have some information, if you have some attributes related to one thing, that should be represented in a single class. Okay, better don't try to distribute those objects, I mean those attributes into another class. Okay, if you have something, you will represent all in one place. Okay, don't tell to that one, okay, here only name, here I have other things you may collect from other places, like that. Okay, everything should be what defined and used by class itself within a single class. Don't distribute the attributes information in between the classes. Next, responsibility should be shared among related classes when appropriate. Okay, don't share the information. If you want to share the responsibilities, should be shared among the classes, which means one class may find one operation, some other class may find another operation, and some other class may calculate or compute some other operation. Like that, you may divide the operations but not the attributes, isn't it? You may divide the what operations or responsibilities in between multiple classes. Whenever we are going to, okay, share these responsibilities between the classes, then we will reach the concept of a collaboration. Collaboration word collaborator will come in between the classes, when one or more classes can be worked togetherly to fulfill one task, a particular task. Okay, then this is possible by using a collaboration in between the classes, isn't it? Whenever the exams will come, automatically the students will sit together and they'll prepare, they'll prepare by sharing the works, by sharing the units. After reading, then they will discuss one unit, second unit, third unit, fourth unit, like that. So it's a called a collaboration of work. It will simplify the work of a student. So like that, here also, whenever there is a need, here we are going to take the support of some other class. Okay, then that support is called what, that if one or two classes will work togetherly, it's called a collaboration. Even people collaboration is also there. It's a teamwork, means compulsory one person will work with some other. Okay, so by sharing the ideas and by putting the best ideas on something, on some work, then that is called collaboration, working together. Here also, the classes may share the responsibilities related to a particular project. Is called a collaboration or collaborator. So now we are discussing, we are in that particular topic. What is that? Okay, class responsibility collaborator. What we are going to collaborate here? The responsibilities of a class or the responsibility of a project. Okay, we may give another statement of another statement for this. It is a sharing of a work in between multiple classes for getting effective or efficient output. Okay, towards a problem statement of the project. Clear? This is about responsibilities. Next, here we have collaborations. So, classes fulfill their responsibilities in one of the two ways. If the classes may fulfill their responsibilities in two ways. First one is a class can use its own operations to manipulate its attributes, thereby fulfilling particular responsibility. So the class itself, okay, can do everything to fulfill the project. Okay, it's like a single man show. It's like a single man show to complete that particular project. And that is, if we'll see the second way, a class can collaborate with another classes, which means if you want to finish a project, you may take some team members. Okay, you may join with some few people who have the knowledge towards that particular work. Ask them to join into your group. Your 4 members or 5 members or 3 members will be worked towards that particular problem statements. It's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. So like this, in these two ways, we are going to finish off our project here. Right. If you see the second point, collaborations identify relationship between classes. Already have we know this about this point. Collaborations are identified by determining whether a class can fulfill each responsibility itself. If it has the capacity to fulfill itself, there is no need of some other person's support or help, other gadget support or help to that particular project. Then it can handle itself. No need of collaborate with some other people. If not, if that particular project needs the support of some other, okay, whenever if something we will work in a team manner, then we will give the effective output. Otherwise, it may be just a feasible solution, normal solution to that particular problem. Okay, always if you work with the team members, then it's a maximum optimal solution. You will get optimal solution. Otherwise, that may be a feasible solution. If you single person is worked on that particular project, okay, there is no chance to share the ideas, isn't it? There is no chance to implement new ideas into that particular project. No person to share, no person to give the idea, no person is I mean help towards that particular thing. Okay, like that. So that's why here, so whether the class is fulfilling the responsibilities itself or it needs some collaboration with other classes. Okay, if it needs a collaboration, if it needs take the support of some other class, okay, there are three kinds of relationship in between classes. There are three kinds of relationships in between the classes. What is the first one? One class is the part of the another class. Okay, if the two classes may share, I mean, one class is the part of the super class, subclass, or base class, I mean, subclass, like that. If we, I mean, parent class, child class. If we define like that, that is one kind of relationship. Second kind of, one class has the knowledge of, okay, one class, I mean, it's part of, first one is the part, which means there is like a friendship. Okay, if two members will work togetherly, one part with one member, second part with the second member, then that kind of relationship maybe, okay, first one. Second one is it has a complete knowledge. One class has the knowledge related to that particular class, which mean work, which means now I'm going to implement something, now I'm going to work out on something, okay, some work or some project, but somebody already implemented such kind of same similar work in earlier sessions. So if I take the information from that kind of person, a superior, my superior or some boss, okay, or some senior person, so he is a knowledgeable one, so now I'm taking the support of him. Such kind of relationships are called the second kind. If you'll see the third kind is a dependency. Dependent means completely, okay, without that we can't do the work. Without that class we won't move forward a little bit. If such kind of relationship is there in between two classes, that is a dependent classes, right? Okay, this is now I'm going to stop the class itself. Till now we have discussed about the CRC, and CRC model can be represented by using a cards. That card may have three parts. The first part is a class and class name and description. Second part is a responsibility, and third part is a collaboration. Okay, so we have finished off a little bit CRC models.